Grease was the film this week for Movie Club. I've seen this film over 24 times. It is a hallmark, cornerstone, whatever, of musicals and is much newer than a lot of my favorites, and I really didn't want to watch it. But I thought I'd participate anyway and give you a few thoughts that I have on the film. First of all, none of the teenage characters in this film are teenagers. They're all in their 20s and 30s, and you can tell. Granted, the actors are impressive. John Travolta and Stockard Channing specifically stand out to me, but in general, it bums me out that they didn't cast actual teenagers. Summer Lovin' at the beginning of the film is the opportunity for Danny and Sandy to tell their friends what happened while they were together. Basically, Danny lies and Sandy tells the truth. Rydell High, while very retro nowadays, is basically a typical high school. Teenagers have not changed at all. Granted, our clothing has changed and the way that we spend our time has changed, but in general, everybody's insecure, we are run by our hormones, and nobody really knows what the hell's going on aside from following crowds, trying to fit in, and desperately trying to get a guy or girl to like you. High school, exactly the same no matter when you went. One of the main themes in this film is peer pressure, also insecurity. There are so many examples of peer pressure in this film between friends, between guys and girls that like each other. It goes on, and a lot of the decisions made by the characters are influenced completely by other people's thoughts and words because people want to fit in and they want to look cool and they want someone to like them. More typical high school. I would say one of my favorite numbers is Beauty School Dropout. When Frankie Avalon shows up for Frenchie and is her guardian angel and tells her to go back to high school, and basically no one would ask for your hair services unless they were a hooker. It's hilarious. Also, in case you didn't notice, Rizzo and Marty are two of the backup dancers during that number, and they're like in the background with the other dancers, but they are pulling faces like most of the time, and it really adds to that number because you can watch it as it is and it's kind of funny and you kind of feel bad for Frenchie or whatever, but then you notice them in the background and it's just that much funnier. While young John Travolta, playing Danny, is a relatively good-looking boy with a chin dimple and pretty eyes, I found the character of Danny to be a selfish, two-faced teenage boy. It's frustrating because he spends so much time trying to get this girl, but also trying so hard to look good for his friends that he ends up not really being sure who he is and wanting both of them to just kind of fit together. And Olivia Newton-John, who is a completely average actress and is a pretty little blonde girl, the plot line and the rest of the film, outside of the musical numbers, is painful. It's interesting because when I was younger, I really enjoyed the whole experience. And now that I'm older, I can really only enjoy the songs. I basically had the movie running in the background while I was doing other things. And whenever a musical number would start, I would just kind of sing along whatever I was doing. I feel like people who like musicals will agree that that is like an automatic thing. When you hear songs from musicals, you just kind of jump in. If anything, this film makes me wish that life were like a musical. I've always kind of wanted the world to be that way. When I start singing, people just join me, and we all know the same dance steps, and we kind of move along together. I'm very kind of jaded on this whole film, and to kind of punctuate the whole thing, the guy and the girl end up together. Sure, they both change into something that they're not just to get the other person, but they end up together, and they drive away at the end of the film, arm in arm, and fly off into the sky? Yes, that happens. The rest of the film is completely grounded in reality, save for the Beauty School Dropout number. It's just high school students being high school students. And then the car flies off into the sky at the end. Nobody thinks it's weird. It looks completely normal to everyone in the film. Why did they have to fly off? Why couldn't they just drive away? Instead of going on a rant at this point, I'm just going to end it here. Grease is a mixed bag for me. The musical side of my brain wants to give this like an 8 because the songs are really fun. You're the One That I Want, and The Hand Jive, and Beauty School Dropout, and Summer Lovin'. All the songs are really fun to kind of sing along to. But the part of my brain that is analyzing this as a movie gives it like a 4 because it's boring. Unfortunately, I don't get to pick the films for this. I'm really hoping that the films that are being chosen improve all through this month We've watched scary films, and I don't like being scared, so that really sucked. And now we're watching a film that I've seen more than 24 times. There is a massive variety of things on Netflix, and I'm hoping that something interesting gets picked next time. Instead of asking you guys what you thought of Grease, I'm going to ask a question that one of my movie club friends asked on Twitter. What films that are in theaters, or just in general, do you want to see right now? What kind of films are you interested in? What are the films that you would like to talk about? I'm highly considering kind of starting a ring on Twitter where we can pick another movie to do, because these movies are shit. What do you guys think about picking better movies to watch on the side? Because I love watching movies, and I'm tired of movies that I'm not enjoying. That's my question. Let me know in the comments below. This review was for SourceFed Movie Club. If you would like to join us, there will be a link in the description to last week's show. You can join us, watch the film, make a review, and be a part of our happy little family we have here. But thanks for watching. I hope you're having an excellent day, and I will see you later.
You just watched Stephanie talk. Don't forget to tell her what you thought. Share and like, maybe subscribe. Stephanie will see